Nope.
Yeah, so welcome back to Vanilla TV. You're tuning into NBC ThePledge. Comedian is the streamer. Analysis post-game and end of game from Greg. This is the final match in the Div 1 playoff between Yoyotech and Broder. Again, no lineup changes, but here on Granary, when none of us are sure who's going to take this one away. So, you know, I'm going to go in and just have a overlook on middle point. We've got the blue demo man for Broder on the floor. The scout going down very early from Tviq. Too aggressive, too early in fact to go down. But nonetheless, they have found two quick frags onto Jukebokks, and Macisum. Torden goes down as well. This is just turning around very, very quickly. That scout seems to have drawn a lot of attention away. And now Yoyotech going to cap middle. Wow.
Again, it's the Macisum focus. I really want to point that out. It's for the third map in a row that as soon as Yoyotech enters the middle, Macisum is the target they're going for. They're really, I don't know, I think they're just scared of him.
Yeah, I'm going to open my kind of relentless to, you know, sort of signify that sort of play, because, you know, it's relentless aggression on Macisum. See what I did there?
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's about as bad as my Velociraptor one, you know.
Yeah. Apparently a heavy is now a dinosaur in Jurassic Park. Anyway, let's keep moving on as Yoyotech right now is pushing in with an Uber onto the second point. And let's see, I think Yoyotech should be getting this without having to Uber. Broder's going to try and do everything in their power to get Yoyotech to Uber, but they shouldn't wait too late. There we go, Yoyotech is just going to decide to go for it, take down one soldier, but the defense right there from Macisum is going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Yoyotech's not going to get any more frags. Here comes the spam. They get one more frag on Prozak, but now it's time. Torden is almost very close to having Uber, and it's going to be a tight situation here, and he gets taken down. Yoyotech's going to take the first round.
Yeah, 98%. So close there for Broder, but even if he did survive and pop the Uber, they would have only had 2 or 3 players. Yoyotech could have split up and still probably capped that one out, but fantastic first round from Yoyotech, and, you know, this is exactly what they need to do.
Is Tviq going to suicide on Macisum? I'm going to ask you right now. Is he going to do it at the start of the middle?
I think he'll switch it up, but I think they will eventually push onto him. I don't think he's going to be as aggressive as last round.
Let's take a look.
He's going bottom right. He's hooking the crate. It's what I said I'd like to do.
Yep,
Demo
there
goes
he is.
down. Fantastic play by Tviq. And that's what I mean, you know. Both scouts go at top. No one watches the lower right, hooking the crate. Macisum goes down early. We have seen Tviq go down as a result, but not a problem. Jukebokks will follow for Broder. 2-3 player advantage. There goes Prozak as well, and second middle here for Yoyotech.
There we go. Yoyotech doesn't have any scouts up though, so that's going to delay their push quite a lot. Torden is going to be able to get the rest of his players up, so Broder is going to be in a full 6-man defense on second, which is actually going to make this this game a lot tighter. It's not going to be a rollover this second round. It's going to be a close one, and let's see how Broder's going to opt to defend this. Looks like the stickies are going down in Garage straight off the bat. They suspect Yoyotech to push Garage.
Yeah, it's a pretty smart sticky placement there from Broder, I have to say. You can just spam up the point, keep stickies there looking for the forcing Garage. And it looks like they want to be pushing through Garage here, Yoyotech, or at least keeping a bit of pressure there. Now switching over toward the normal entrance, the left side entrance toward the point. Trying to get rid of any potential stickies. There are none there, of course, from Broder. We know where those are currently residing. Holding on the back right position, there's the Uber pop. Torden also going to be forced here. Still no frags coming out from either team. Trapping the medic here. Great play there from the Broder soldier, but it's not going to matter. Torden will go down. That won't matter either because the Sucker and Cyber go down. Broder need to stay alive here. They cannot afford to lose any more players, and they will manage to pick up massive amount of more frags. Linus will go down. Now they'll be able to push through the middle point. Make sure you get your soldier Jukebokks onto... Actually, wow, they are pretty low, so Jukebokks can't even go on the upper right crate here.
He probably takes the map pack and then goes up. That's kind of what he does. He goes into ramp. He sees a medic. Is he going to be able to take the medic? Jukebokks going in straight off the bat. Takes him down. 2 rockets and a shotgun in his face. And he takes down Cyber as well. Jukebokks. He was low health, you said, but he was fine after he took a map back. Killed 2 players. 2 very crucial players.
Look at it.
Origo is very weak as well. I don't know. I can see Torden actually doing very well. They managed to protect Torden, which I didn't expect. I thought Tviq would have managed to take him down, but Broder coming in from the ramp room, and they're going to move on onto the second point yard very shortly here.
Yeah, still got an aggressive play here from Origo. Just, well, the scout just disappeared on my screen. I need to record a demo. That's weird. There you go. That's the strangest thing I've ever seen.
Welcome to TF2, where scouts disappear.
Yeah. I just casually capping middle, vanish. I wish I could do that. Probably
the
good at the
curse
game.
of the middle point. We can see a spy going on, by the way, by Yoyotech. Tviq is doing what he wants. That's it.
It looks like Yoyotech actually falling out the back left. They don't yet have Uber, 98%. They will manage to pick it up though. Both Ubers now popped. Origo will go down for Yoyotech. They needed to get a soldier on that upper point in second to really have a chance of capping it off, and instead that didn't happen. They're going to have to fall back out a little bit and look for picks one by one. There we go, there's a couple. Third now as well. Linus will go down, Cyber down, just Hat remaining. Origo has just spawned, may be able to hold on to last here. We've got the scout pushing with 82 HP. That is 82 against 125. 125 prevailing there. Origo with the frag, and another one onto Fanva. Fantastic play.
There you go, that's aim for you right there. Origo just sharing his aim there for a little bit. He's still well and done at almost 11 PM CET right here in France, where he's from, obviously. Yoyotech's going to be fine onto this last point. They're actually going to try to push this. It's not really in the line of what we've been seeing on Balance and Snakewater. They really prefer to just wait for their Uber, play it as safe as possible, and Broder's really the sort of maniac team so far who push in every single advantage. And Yoyotech, they opt to retreat right now, but we saw a little glimpse of them just showing up and seeing what they can do. And then they lose 3 players.
Random, but whatever. Here comes Broder. 2 players left up for Yoyotech. TheSucker only on 70% Uber. It's not going to happen. 1-1, all tied up here. 23 minutes 24 left on the board. Still everything to play for. Let's see again. I mean, we might as well just watch for it again. What is Tviq going to do?
Macisum needs to put stickies everywhere. Macisum needs to put stickies everywhere.
How about just not go to middle? Macisum could just sit and spawn.
He can stay on last. That's safe enough.
So Tviq has dived straight over the point. He's gone right and hooked the crates. Let's see what he does this time. I can see the Demo Man Cyber there on the health pack. Yeah, he's gone. Looks like he's gone top. And this time he's playing more passively, pushing over the left crate.
Look at that. Macisum doesn't even show himself. Yeah, he's just standing so far back. He's not going to get taken down anymore. And here comes a suiciding soldier from Broder. He's going to get taken. He's not going to get taken down just now. And Scout Soldier for Scout Soldier. Both roamers are down, and it looks like Yoyotech's going to get the better end of this.
Yeah, here comes the scout onto the Demo Man. Should have perhaps focused the medic. He didn't have any support with him. Usually I'll go for the demo if I've got a heavy ready to come in behind, especially when you're sort of even players on even players. But regardless, managed to cap out this middle point.
What I noticed there is that as soon as it was demo medic versus demo medic in middle, TheSucker had 100 when Torden had 80% Uber. It's a big change on a 30-second middle. And here we go. Torden managed to actually get out of there without popping a super, so he's going to come back in together with his entire team.
Look at the scout soldier behind on the left. Sorry.
Now go ahead, keep on going. Linus managed to suicide in, but he got taken down by a rocket straight in his face in midair. Macisum is so far back, doesn't even matter anymore. It looks like Broder's going to be fine. Taking up this middle, and TheSucker knows he's 50%. Look at how defensive they're holding. This is exactly what you want to be doing against a team that already has Uber. You want to stay there, poke, try and force the Uber, and if it works, if they take down Jukebokks, that's perfectly fine, but I think they're too up close, and it looks like TheSucker's going to be taken down.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually why they're backing away here to help cap off second. They should have just put the pressure on the scout, and instead they're now going to lose Fanva to Hat. Hat's here trying to keep it safe for his team. We've got a bit of a back cap going on, or it's technically not a back cap, but a cap on second nonetheless. And 50-50 again between these two teams. They're just so evenly matched.
Both teams seem very comfortable in letting it go to deathmatch situations. I think both teams are very comfortable with their deathmatch so far. Obviously Tviq and Origo seem to have gotten the better end of it, apart from Fanva and Prozak.
Oh my god.
There we go, Prozak taking, letting me eat my words pretty much. Prozak's like, you know what, Pledge, I'm just gonna go and kill the medic. So that's what he does. TheSucker gets taken down, 45% advantage, and this is everything Broder wants, really. Yeah,
Jukebokks just dived in to force the medic. He had the scout called in coming from upper main. The good combination between those two players, able to pick up that medic frag. It was fantastic work, really was, from Broder. And you know, this gives them the kind of advantage they need to push into last. I'm interested to see if they've got a sniper come out. Yeah, we can see Tviq on the right hand side now. I don't really like this position from Tviq, because if he doesn't get the... Oh, for God's sake.
Eat your words, Siggy.
Damn it. If he didn't get the pick, he wasn't going to get back in spawn. He would have got taken out.
Here we go.
Nonetheless, here comes the push regardless. And maybe Yoyotech can hold on to this one 3 for 3
close, to be honest.
the moment.
Double scout still though from Broder, and a double scout is going to make all the difference in the world here unless Tviq can pull something out of his habit. It looks like the scouts from Broder will prevail. That's coming out in a crazy scenario right there. NVC, eat your words, but Broder's not going to eat that.
You know, he did get the demo. I mean, Broder's still cut, whatever. But you know, the problem with that position anyway is because if you don't get any picks and they do Uber through, you've got no time to fall back into resupply and switch to a more appropriate class like a scout to perhaps, you know, flank the enemy team as they're trying to cap last. Unfortunately, it didn't matter, but it could have meant something. We'll see what happens here. It is 2-1 now. Broder in the lead for the first time here on Granary.
There it is. Oh no, not again. It's the third time in a row that Macisum gets taken down by, well, not third time, but 3 out of 4 times Macisum gets taken out by Tviq. Second time in 4 rounds that he did the exact same thing. And it looks like right now Yoyotech is kind of stuck in this corner where they're going to try to get out. It looks like it, but they're going to get the better end of it. As Zebbosai is still hiding. He's actually still middle. He is going to get taken down. Origo picking up 4 frags on that middle. And the scouts for Yoyotech getting 5 frags that middle. Can't really complain about that.
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of play I sort of missed from Yoyotech on Badlands when I said I wanted a scout going choke to play a bit more aggressively on that side of the map. This time they're just pushing straight over onto Macisum, and it's working so well. I'm not really sure how Broder can combat it without just sending...
He needs to go right. He needs to go right. That's it.
I mean, go up top, I would say, or just go right and send stickies along the lower level. But I mean, 2-1 up at the moment. Not the end of the world right now. They've got even Uber. They could still hold on to second here potentially. And in fact, I may even send a scout toward drop down here if I was Broder, and drop down during the push from Yoyotech. Really surprise them because we haven't seen that yet this game, and I think we've got to pause. We got to pause,
definitely. Screen is stuck for me as well, so I'm guessing it's a pause instead of me in Holland and you in England both crashing at the exact same time. But that's not going to be the case. I really just want to focus on those points. Like, it's Macisum and Tviq on middle, NVC. That's it. Like, literally, that defines every single middle. If Macisum gets Tviq, Broder wins the middle. But if Tviq gets Macisum, Yoyotech wins.
It's so weird because, you know, when I go for a demo straight off the bat, I get if I don't get it, it's only because I get shut down from soldiers on the lower level as they're coming into middle, or, you know, I'm a scout. There's a scout at top that spots me, and for some reason, no one is calling that scout. It's the only obvious answer to it. That's or Broder can't aim, which I refuse to believe, because, you know, all of Broder are good players. So it is really strange to see, but nonetheless they're 2-1 up. So despite what's happening, it's, you know, somehow working, and they've got 53% equal Ubers. They're still in a position to defend, and, you know, in fact they could actually push out with a slight advantage and surprise them, but I don't think they will.
Oh, we spoke about this a little between map 2 and 3, where, like, the new scout metagame on Granary is kind of for scouts to just hold back, play it safe, and get their pistols out. But what you can see is that as soon as scouts play defensive, a new metagame develops where scouts go hyper aggressive, and that's kind of what Tviq is doing right now. He just he knows he's going to die in that scenario. Like MVC, when you go for the demo, you know you're going to die.
I'm gonna die.
But the thing is, you want that demo, or any other pick, but you want that demo in any certain situation, and Tviq is just doing a phenomenal job so far of just shutting Macisum down on Granary.
Yeah, I mean, there's another thing that will happen as well, is because when you push Tviq onto the medic, and we've got some ping problems, just to quickly let you know that we're trying to sort them out, but when Tviq goes aggressive on the medic, you sometimes will see the scout drop onto the floor as well, and that's where you've got your soldiers coming in to support you, firing rockets down towards the demo. So not only do you get the demo, but you deal the damage onto the scouts. So, I mean, there's multiple advantages you can get from how Tviq is playing, and, you know, it is fantastic on one hand, but on the other hand, if Broder can just shut that scout down, it's going to be an easy middle for them. So, we'll see.
Really, what you saw, like the third round, Macisum was just like, you know what, I'm not going to do it. And he just stood in the door entrance. He was like, I'm not going to go out there to the map back, I'm just going to die. And he didn't do it. Obviously, he survived, and he managed to play a great role into the middle. But it's not really what you want, because on the other hand, Cyber, as the Yoyotech demo man, he's going to do whatever the hell he wants. Because he sees 2 scouts on the balcony, he could put the stickies wherever he wants, lock down the entire middle, and you're just going to be in a positional disadvantage. So I'm very curious to see what Broder's going to be up to over the next rounds, and
I mean,
to see what they're going to do.
A way to combat is just to exactly the same. You know, that could be a theory that Broder could deploy, is just to send a scout aggressive for them, lower right, and pick up their demo man, and You know, that's, you know, fighting fire with fire. Maybe that could work, but no, I'm sure a lot of different theories and strategies are going through each of their minds on whatever voice comms they're using. I assume Mumble. Just throwing that out there. Mumble is great. It'll be interesting to see how they switch it up. And hopefully they can fix things. Actually, looks like we're seeing an impulse now to get whatever player's missing from the server, maybe. Has he timed out, or is he still on the server?
I heard Torden had some ping issues, and I saw that already on the scoreboard over the past, I would say 2 minutes. So that was it, and right now the last player's coming in. I don't know who it is, but they should be ready to go soon.
Yeah, so... Have you seen an unpause? Is that it?
Yep, this is the official unpause. We're going to go back into this game where both teams have equal Uber, and Yoyotech is holding the middle, Yoyotech is holding the yard, and we should see a push onto the second very soon. Let's get back into this game. Yeah,
just to let people know, if you see players sort of sliding along the floor, that'll reset whenever they die or the round ends, so don't worry, it's just a pause bug. It's nothing to do with your client if you're on STV or if you're watching the stream. Comedian can't really help it. We just like it fixed by Valve, please. Yeah, exactly. But just a bit of a stalemate situation here. Yoyotech not willing to push through. Actually, doors don't open as well, apparently. But here we go. Uber popped.
Both
Uber
teams
popped as well from Broder.
There we go. After this push, they're probably officially going to pause. So we're going to see some chat going into the stream. So don't worry about that. We're going to see how this game is going to pan out. Both teams have Ubered, and they're now back into the same stalemate situation where both teams have the same Uber. They're going to see if they get a pick. Zebbosai got taken down a while ago, and Yoyotech is definitely going to try to actually push this. And here we go. Tviq gets taken down as it's a 5-on-5 situation. But looks like Prozak 2 HP gets taken down right now. It's a bit of a weird scrim right here, NVC.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you push into second, regardless of how well you're doing, you need to send a soldier on toward top, and we're seeing a back cap going on from the scout here, diving through last. There we go, Origo picking that one up, and Origo is definitely the French version of Greg. If there ever was a back cap hero, it would be him.
Yeah. There we go, both teams have paused. That's the chat that you can see flying up. Both teams have paused, unpaused, and now we're going to go back, and we can see Macisum doing a regular rod. Is he going to go left? Is he going to go right? He's going to go left. He's going to be stubborn. He's going to say, you know what, I'm going to do it again. Let's see where Tviq is going.
I'm going as high in the sky as I can to find Tviq. So far, I don't see him. Looks like he's gone up top and pushing over the left side, actually dropping down here. This could prove useful for Yoyotech if they can capitalize on this. The soldiers jumped, but on his own, Linus there, he had no support. He'll get taken down. Origo will get taken down. Hat now down. Hat, the top fragger on the server, I'm told by Greg. Next person was sort of 8-9 frags behind him. So the player really is carrying in the moment, but here, looks like Broder have got the advantage and maybe even push straight through towards second before middle is even capped.
Yeah, definitely, and Broder's just going to see what they can do. Sticky trap coming in, and Cyber's going to save this point for now, and both teams do have Uber. Yoyotech's going to be the team to push here. As soon as everyone comes in, everyone gets buffed. That's the moment that everyone is going to push out. Let's see, Yoyotech. Yep, there we go. They're going to opt to push out. Hat and Cyber are obviously going to be the one covering just the general sides, and Hat got the one, and Origo. Yeah, let's take a look at that, Ziggy.
Yeah, he moved up, he gave his shadow away. People need to realise that if you use stencil shadows in TF2, you can see them through some walls. It's a bit of an advantage that not everybody knows about. So Origo gave us a position away, and look, there we go, Fanva picking up that frag. The Ubers were popped as well. And Macisum down, Zebbosai down, regardless. Yoyotech may even push through toward middle here, but if I was them, I would sit back and wait for a better position. Because at the end of the day, it's still 2-2, and there's plenty of time to sit back on.
That was, I think, one of the weirdest second points that I've seen in a long while. Everyone was out of position. Like, literally all 12 players were out of position. It was such a weird scenario where Broder was pushing in and then dropping back and then pushing in again with 5 people. Didn't make any sense, and now we can see Linus is up to the pocket roll, which is obviously not what you want to have happening. Hat is dead, and Linus is going to be the one to build Uber right now with TheSucker. No pressure up to Torden. Torden did go down to a couple of scouts, but...
You can keep pushing on that regardless. You got 2-player advantage here. Just make sure you send a soldier jumping up straight to that top level as you come in. I think is it Zebbosai needs to jump up there now, and he's a bit too slow, and there's the Uber. They have managed to cap second and force the Uber though, so I take all of that back. It is going to work in their favour. And actually looking like they're switching aggressively toward the left side here.
Yep. No, I think it's a fairly good position here from Broder to actually see if they can push this up, and there we go. Zebbosai hiding, taking down Linus, and now Tviq's going down as well, and Broder surely is going to push this. The Ubers once again are equal. That's almost the entire map already. I don't think I've seen a more advantage or disadvantage so far of about 50%, and let's see, Broder's getting the best at this, but two scouts are very weak. They're going to get buffed before they push, and I think they're just going to go for it.
Demo needs to spam door here, keep these spawners away on the left side. Yeah, there we go, the soldier goes down, great play by Macisum. Now that 2-4 fragger advantage has just spawned. Tviq and Cyber left down on the point. No, the other way around, Cyber's just spawned. Hat and Tviq left on that point.
It's going to be hard to Cyber, but Torden just got Uber, so this is going to get shut down.
Great response. 3-2. Just about 30 minutes remaining. Yep. Yeah, I mean, this still could go either way. I think a fast cap on this map is something like 1 minute and 50 seconds. I could be wrong. But so many potential caps left in this matchup. Could end 6-5, no doubt. But I'm sure it won't. It's going to be very close to the end regardless. We'll see what happens here on the 6th middle.
Look at those stickies from Macisum. He just puts 3 stickies on the left. He's like, you know, screw it.
Look at that as well. Tviq did come and took a massive pipe to the face as well, so...
Yeah. Let's see what's going to happen here on this middle as Yoyotech tries to get... Yoyotech can't even get out. Look at this. They're just stuck. They're just stuck in that, and then now they're going to try to get out. It's a bit late, to be honest. Let's see what Cyber's going to be able to do against 3 guys down the corner. Cyber just hits every pipe. That's going to clean everything up, I guess. Cyber's going to win this middle.
What? This game, this is just Team Fortress 2. Anything can happen. What looked to be Broder's point is now Yoyotech's point. Tviq taking a pipe at the beginning actually somehow worked in their favour. Gave Broder some kind of... What's the word for it?
Arrogance?
Cocky, arrogance,
arrogance, yeah.
Arrogance, and you know, there's Cyber just to tell everybody to shut up. I'm the best, damn it, man. I should be banned from ETF2L. Yep. Not really, because I'm just a very good player.
Yep.
But nonetheless, 3-2.
That's what she gets, and there we go. Hat gets taken down. There's quite a bit of a stab in the heart here by Broder onto Yoyotech, and I don't think Cyber's going to be able to do this on his own. This might be a bit too much, and I think TheSucker's calling it. Let's just get the hell out of here. Build this Uber. We're going to be fine. The Ubers are equal. Just get Hat back and then push. Tviq's 37 HP. He's just going to grab a map pack, grab a buff, and there we go. Every player is buffed, and now they're just waiting for Hat.
Yeah, we got 95% on the Uber. We got equal Uber as well for Broder. Both do have standards, so in the invulnerability, yes, again. Again, what's going to need to happen is if Yoyotech do push in, they really have to send a soldier top. It just alleviates so much pressure, and it means that Broder have to consistently think about not only above them, but also behind them. So getting someone up there ASAP is critical. I hear a sniper from Broder. Yeah, this is a weird decision, but nonetheless, we'll see if it can come in toward their favour. Ubers have been pumped. It looks like Broder's still managing to hold on to second. Maybe
look at
TheSucker,
look at him. He's just standing there. He's hopping around onto the second point. Is he going to? There he goes. He does get taken down. Bought his team a lot of time. And look at that hatch. She's going to push onto it, and he's just going to say, "I'm going to push this." Uber comes in from Torden, which is not. It's not really going to be a crucial thing unless he, you know, actually manages to do something here on middle. It doesn't look like it. He's going to be on 50%. Yoyotech's just now respawning. Broder's probably going to pick this up. Yeah, they're going to pick this up. It doesn't look like Yoyotech will be doing anything around this middle. They're not running a spy or anything either. Yoyotech's just playing standard on Granary.
Yeah, such great play by Broder at the moment. Probably why they're 3-2 up. They do have that one cap advantage. 10 minutes now remaining. 3 minutes have gone since that pause. Yet no cap has happened. Looks like Yoyotech are trying to set up a defense outside in second with a 40% Uber disadvantage. Maybe Broder will push through with this. They're going to have to back away ASAP. And I'd be careful because I think Broder will push players straight up top as soon as they get in. So
Tviq is still sniping in the forward respawn, by the way. He just changed now to scout. He didn't get a pick. Let's see, it's going to be a very weird scenario here where TheSucker's on 95% Uber. If he gets it, they probably want to push back, but they lost bodies. It's 4 against 5 right now, and I don't think TheSucker is going to want to push this with his team.
Yeah, I mean, easy to back cap for a scout. I mean, this is a bit aggressive from Prozak. I'm not sure if I agree with you. Backing away is definitely the smart decision there, because Yoyotech are going to Uber through. Have you got anyone going toward last? Well, the scout actually double back.
Prozak tried, but he just got double shotted by Tviq. Immediately got shut down, and we can see that there's no pressure whatsoever on Torden. I don't like this NVC. I think Yoyotech should have pressured Torden here because Torden is just going to get the Uber. They're just going to be in a disadvantage, and I think Broder actually got this round if they pushed this successfully.
Yeah, Soldier needs to go on top. This is good. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but Jukebokks now coming out of top. Surely going to dive onto that medic. There's the
look
pick.
at that.
Great play by Zebbosai, indeed. We got a bit of a back cap trying to happen there from Tviq. They will be able to pick up the frag along with Linus. Great combination, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Broder should be too strong. The demo line will go down regardless. Cyber picking up that frag, but comfortably holding on to second nonetheless. And let's see if anything can happen here on last. We can see Zebbosai with that shotgun. He's got a scout to support Prozak. The medic in there as well. They've kind of separated though. The medic just trying to stay alive. Torden there getting away with 55%. Great play. Now with a 25% advantage. They shouldn't push back in and defend this, but they should certainly try and hold yard.
It's the Uber disadvantage right now that's going to be key. Like Yoyotech again is very far away from the Uber from Broder. Torden knows this. Like I said it before, Torden counts. He counts a lot. He just makes sure. He was one of the first guys to do that probably, to actually count and have certain percentages there. It doesn't look like, well, there we go, I eat my words. Broder's going to push in from the garage hand side. They're going to be 100% against 95, and I don't think TheSucker wants to defend this. They're going to opt to do it though.
This is fantastic. 2 early picks here. 3 now. Going to be second point. Surely the Uber will run out for both teams, but Broder will surely know they've got no one up top, and I keep mentioning it, but it's so very important, Broder.
The Uberstall versus Uberstall in garage. TheSucker actually gets taken down by a couple of rockets there, and yeah, Yoyotech lost this round, I would say. I think Torden is going to grab a med pack, and then they're going to push, or Torden is just going to say, you know what, 50 health is more than enough. They're going to go, and with just Origo and hat up, I think Broder is going to steamroll this. They're going to win this round, and they're going to be 4-2 ahead.
This is good news for them. 7 minutes 10 seconds remaining. A good 3 caps at the rate this game is going left in this one, so certainly not out, but Yoyotech really cannot afford to lose this middle, or at least wipe, because if they were to wipe and go 3-0, 3 cap disadvantage, I think it's going to be game over. So very important. I think Tviq plays a little bit more passive on the top here, doesn't go aggressively onto Macisum, because that's just going to put things down to luck in some ways, especially this far into the game after getting shut down last time. And it looks like we're going to see that exactly. I think maybe a little bit too passive here. We've got no one on the crates though. Nonetheless, they will find the front onto Linus. And
I love that play from Torden right there. You saw Linus jumping in and Torden wasn't even there. Like, Linus had no one to focus, and all of a sudden Torden showed up, immediately cleaned up the rest of the point, and Yoyotech is doing a reasonable job, but TheSucker is stuck right now. He's literally stuck, and they're going to crits in. I don't know how we didn't notice that yet. We're terrible, but they're going to crits in. They're going to grab Prozak, but that's all she wrote, really. Broder is just going to steamroll through this, grab the second point fairly soon, I would reckon. Yoyotech has a lot of spawns, though.
Look at this, the soldier. He got spotted. He came out a little bit too early. If he waited there just an extra second or 2 seconds, he would have been able to pick up the medic frag and maybe hold on to this. But this is going to be an easy second point here. We've got Fanva just moving through. I think a scout or a soldier's been called. Yeah, Linus there being picked up. We've got another scout, Origo, hiding in the garage. It looks like Yoyotech are just throwing everything here, just trying to hold on as desperately as they can. But looks like Broder are going to be taking away this one. Slowly but surely. We'll have to see. But I mean, this is the point where they've got 73%. They could push it to last, but they don't have to go. I mean, it's what we saw last map on Snakewater.
Just put Fanva or Prozak on heavy, go stay on top and just wait. Like, why not? But then again, you know, 50% Uber advantage.
Why not take it?
I would say they know, like Broder knows. There we go. Uber gets pulled very early. I'm not sure how much I like that early Uber, but there you go. Jukebokks is taken down by Cyber. Cyber gets taken down. Linus gets taken down. Tviq has already gone down, and Hat is just all she wrote. Oh, the Uber almost comes in from TheSucker. It's not gonna happen though. He got an Uber saw, but now it's the 3 deficit you mentioned already.
This is looking
5 minutes remaining.
It'd be possible if you could like
they need to wipe
Cyber.
The middle 3 times in a row. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, Hat can only carry so much. I'm not sure if he's still at the top of the score, but he definitely needs some assistance. I think Tviq needs to perhaps go aggressively over onto those left crates, draw the attention more. We can see him there on the early first red crate, but he needs to get over to the second one quickly. He's found the soldier a little bit too late, but nonetheless he will pick up that frag. He's got no assistance though. Needs to perhaps...
Crits.
Oh wow, crits, yeah.
Here we go. Here we don't go.
Maybe.
We're not going anywhere.
No.
That's for sure. But yeah, but again, as soon as we say that, Yoyotech just picks up 4 frags.
I mean,
why not?
Tviq did push more aggressively over the top left grid. It did allow them to pick up the early scout frag, allowed them to eventually get that middle point, but it's just too slow. They need to be a lot quicker than this. They will get middle point. I'm sure they've already got people waiting on second. The problem is that Broder are going to be able to form some kind of defense, and if Yoyotech need to or can win this, they have to push straight away. And
yep.
I think maybe a crit system from Broder here.
Yoyotech has 2 players who spawned at the second point instead of the middle. Like, it's just not going for them the last 10 minutes. That's for sure. Like, they did splendidly. They were 2-1 up, I think. If I'm not mistaken, they were 2-1 up on this map, or at least 1-1. I know it was 1-1. Let's just put it that way. And just the last 10 minutes, it's slowly been slipping out of their hands. They seriously, they were smelling the Premiership, and then they were like, we're not going to get it.
Yeah, just
there
into
comes the crits
as
from
well.
Torden.
Yeah, they wanted to go left side, but they were sticky, so they've had to switch on the right here as well. Broder with their crits. Or sorry, Yoyotech with their crits. They have managed to find Fanva and Zebbosai, but still 3 players from Broder. Even if they delay this an extra 10 seconds, it's going to help toward their cap advantage, and they've even managed to hold on to it. Just Tviq with 55 behind. They both know it though. The demo's getting stickies up on the left, or they've left the right door open. And there we go, Fanva.
He's like, oh, there's a scout there hiding. I'm surprised. Meat shot. Like, he cannot really be arsed at any moment. Fanva he's been playing a splendid match, I have to say. Like, just obviously right now the game should be over. Like, mathematically, it should not be possible anymore for Yoyotech to win this. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I would love to have some extra tension here. It's not going to happen. I'm very sorry.
Let's sugarcoat it in BS. It can definitely happen. Basically, somebody will accidentally change the time limit.
But yeah.
And no one will realise.
And all 500 spectators don't make a screenshot. There we go.
Yeah, no one makes a screenshot. This VOD just gets corrupted. Yoyotech will take it away, but if anything, we may see them get a victory round here.
If only that byte is not correct. There we go, 5-3. Byte's at 5-2. It's going to be 5-3 at least.
Yeah, it'd be nice to perhaps end the run of Yoyotech here. They're going to have to probably play another division here in 1. But Broder, I think, securing their way to the Premiership. But let's just play this one out. Let's see what happens on the final middle. Maybe Yoyotech can bring this back to a 1 deficit. Let's see.
See what's going to happen.
Oh wow, we've got Tviq going. Actually, we've got the Broder
bug, awesome. I want to see the door bug. I don't care about the middle. I want to see people getting stuck in the doors.
Is that the second doors?
Yeah, I guess so. It's been happening so often. It's people just getting stuck in the doors from second to yard.
I don't know what triggers it. It's kind of odd. So
it's
if
just a bug.
People are listening, don't understand what the door bug is. Basically, when like 5 people walk through a door, it sort of traps everybody.
It bugs out and it traps everyone in the door. It's been a bug forever. I think we need to switch to Granary Pro. I'm gonna put up a petition tonight.
Well, not as long as it's Granary Pro with just fixed doors. I didn't like the one that was remade. It just sort of looked like they got rid of the left entrance to middle by just cutting it. Like cut the whole left side out. They didn't make it look good. It just looked like a big white wall.
There we go. It's last round. Obviously, last thing is coming in right now. People are going to say GG. Well-mannered from Yoyotech, to be honest. All saying GG, well played, and they're just very happy to be able to play this game. Obviously, Yoyotech is now going to play against Equilibrium, if I'm not mistaken. Don't hold me to that. And Broder secured themselves a place, and now they're playing with 6 medics. They secured a place in the Premiership. Before we're going to cut it off, we're going to go to a little bit of post-game analysis with Greg. Greg, are you around?
Hello, yes I am.
There we go. What did you think about that? Especially like the Tviq Macisum play we mentioned a lot of times. I mean, as a scout, you probably have a strong opinion on that.
Well, personally, if it works, it's awesome. But the instant it doesn't work, as we saw one of the rounds where Tviq just went straight down, they lost that middle instantly. It's really not that worth it in my books. Maybe one map, one round even, sorry, just to go and do it. But after that, just leave it, give it a bit of time, go up top, play the middle standardly.
Yeah, you need to surprise it, really, don't you?
Yeah.
But Greg, any final words before we have to go away? Comedians pushing us along.
Well, it's just very well played by Broder in the last 10 minutes or so. They just seem to find the chink in the Yoyotech armor, crack it, and just go push for that victory.
Premiership deserved?
Yeah, definitely.
There you go.
So I've been MVC, joined by Pledge for this Division 1 playoff. Broder go through toward the Premiership next season. Streamer was comedian. Analysis, of course, from the awesome Infused Greg. And thanks everybody for tuning in. Let's go to interviews with the players.